Hey, my friends. Welcome to Live at the Ginger Cat Lady's Craft Table. I'm Pam, the Ginger Cat Lady. Harley, the Ginger Cat, is trying to fall out of his cat tree right now. And my guest today over here is Kathi Lee with Crafting from Kathi Lee, or Crafting with Kathi Lee.
Hello, everybody. Do you have anybody
Hey,
on?
Denise. Welcome. Hello, Debbie. Welcome. Welcome, Cindy. Hey, Judy G. Sorry. Hello, Lydia. Welcome. So, you want to tell them what you're going to be working on today?
I'm going to be working on a kit I've had for quite a while from Graphic 45, an Ephemera Queen kit, and it's going to be a purse and a mini album or a accordion album. I'm just getting started on it, so I probably won't even come close to completing it, but that's what I'm working on. I literally probably have 30 Graphic 45 kits that I have not even started, so I'm trying to get some of those done. So this will be part of that process. So,
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah,
Bunches of them then, huh?
I'm a craft hoarder. I know none of you can relate to being a craft hoarder, but
None of us. No, none of
none
us.
of you.
Not a single one of us.
No, none of my friends hoard crafting supplies
Nope.
or fabric.
Right? Hey, Debbie. Hey, Di. All right,
Hi
Stella,
guys.
go on.
Oh,
Alrighty.
it's
So,
morning somewhere.
huh?
It's morning for somebody. Morning, ladies. So where
For
is?
Di, yeah, she's in Australia. So,
Oh,
yeah, I get, because I'm awake in the middle of the night, I get a lot of people from Australia on my lives. So, and in fact, Di's one that comes on and streams with me a lot.
yeah. Because
Which is
sometimes I popped in and it's first thing in the morning here, and you guys are just getting started. You do that. I've gotten some real late at night on your channel that I popped in on.
Yep.
So that explains it. That explains
Yep.
it.
Hey,
So,
Julia. Hey, Ellen. Welcome. Alrighty. So, how did you get started in junk journaling?
I probably happened upon some printables. I'm more of a scrapbooker and a card maker. So the junk
Uh-huh.
journaling is really um I started scrapbooking with Creative Memories way back in like the very early 90s. And Creative Memories back then was all about keep it super clean and simple.
Right.
So junk journaling, I think my junkie stuff started when I got introduced to Tim Holtz products. And the whole
Yes.
distressing your paper and making it messy, that was a really hard thing for me to do. My friend got the distress inks, and she goes, you use these to mess up your edges so they don't look nice and crisp. And I'm going, what? I can't do that.
What?
But I'm
Yeah, what?
slowly getting better. And now when like on this album, on this, I don't want to distress anything on this. And it's going to be hard because they really hide imperfections when you
Yes.
distress them.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to try not to do that on this because I do every once in a while do a project where I don't use any distress inks, and it does really speed up the process.
It does, but then it looks completely different.
Oh yeah. Well, it hides a lot of mistakes, that's for sure.
It does.
But my mom owned a craft store when I was little, so my crafting goes way back to childhood.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I was raised the youngest of 9 kids, and we were really poor. And I didn't know it though. I didn't realize we didn't have money till I was like in middle school, and it became more noticeable to me. But we always had Sharpies and cardboard and poster board and rocks and things like that. So we always crafted. But yeah, so
you always had stuff to do things like that with, and that's cool.
Oh yeah. And we ran wild. It was the whole leave the house in the morning and you had to be back in front of the house. We didn't have to be in the house. We had to be in front of the house by dark. So that meant the neighborhood kids, as long as we were at somebody's house or in the street in between our houses, when it got dark, we were good.
As long as they could put eyes on you, then that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think they really kept that close eyes on us. It was a different world.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hey Marty. Most definitely.
And
most
I remember
definitely.
we'd leave the house in the morning and it would be back before dark. I don't remember lunch. Like, I'm sure I don't remember them ever saying, "Come home for lunch," or "Go to so and so's house for lunch." I think we just all went to whoever's house we were nearest, and if they had something good, would eat lunch there, and if not, would go to the next house and try to find something better. But I don't
Whichever friend had the better food was where you hung
yeah,
out.
pretty
That's
much,
funny.
pretty much.
Hey, Elaine. That's funny. So, do you remember the very first thing that you ever made, and do you still have it?
Um, as far as junk journaling?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I probably because 'cause I'm really bad about giving stuff away, and I'm really bad about, um I actually have a little curio cabinet with, glass doors and glass shelves, and I'm, like, outgrowing it with all my little junk journal projects I've done, so I need to actually start giving some of them away. But
They accumulate fast.
well, some of them I don't think they're worthy of giving away, so they just sit there, but when you make something and you see it again, it makes you smile thinking about to where you were when you made it or who gave you the idea or
Right. Yep. That's very true.
but
Hey,
I'm terrible
Christina.
about
Hey,
doing
Carol.
anything with them. So,
But it's always,
and
I
this
don't know. I love making them and giving people, and because it's like, I don't know. I get joy out of giving things that are handmade.
yeah, and then for me, it's hard because a lot of my friends aren't crafters at all, and I have a lot of scrapbooking friends, but they aren't junk journalers, and I feel like I give it to them. The few I have given away, they're like, "Oh, what am I supposed to do with this?" So I always try
Use
to
it.
tell them anywhere there's a tag or a blank spot, that's where you put pictures or journal. But
Yeah,
some of them,
it's a messier version of a scrapbook.
yeah, and some
It
of
can,
them are
it can be a
just
messy.
really, and I'm sorry if any of them watch this video, but some of them are so set in their way of just the white pages and, you
Right.
know, so it's see, I think I'm gonna have to just stress that before I get
And then
that.
there's the rest of us that are like white pages. Ugh.
Yeah, now I hardly ever do anything where there's white. It's like that's
Right.
why we have all these pretty pattern papers, but how did you get
Exactly.
started, Pam?
Um, it was through. So I used to scrapbook, and then I stopped scrapbooking. I lost interest. Um, and then I was doing bullet journaling,
Uh-huh.
and I was like looking for layouts for like my bullet journal and stuff like that, and I kept running into stuff about junk journaling, and um just kept seeing it, and then when my cat was getting to the point where he was not well, and well, he hadn't been well for a long time, but he was getting to the point where I knew it was going to kind of be the end, and so I wanted to do something so that I could remember him, but I didn't want to get back into the scrapbooking, and the junk journal was like, oh, I could do something like this, and you know use it for him. So that's kind of
Oh,
what got
well,
me into it, and then um
so that's not
just
the
I
cat you
made
have.
some for
uh,
friends and stuff like that.
So
Yeah.
that's not the cat you have now then? It was a cat from
It was
before?
another, yeah, it was a different orange tabby, yeah.
Oh, fun.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
fun. I don't have cats. I had cats growing up and I loved cats and I had them in my first apartment. And then the apartment I lived in went no pets, so I had to give my cat to my parents. And what I found after like 3 or 4 months with no cat, when I went to my parents' house, my nose got stuffy, my eyes watered, and I think I was allergic to cats all along. I just didn't know it.
Oh,
So,
wow.
but I love them. My aunt, I go visit in Seattle, has oh gosh, I can't remember if it's Siberian forest cats,
Oh,
and they don't
wow.
bother me. So it's something to do, certain cats, certain furs, I guess. But
Yeah, they could be, well, it's actually their dander that is,
they're dander.
yeah, that is what causes the allergies. But yeah, they may just be because there are some cats that are hypoallergenic, but
Right.
I don't
Right.
know. Yeah,
Now
yeah.
my daughter has it almost looks like one of those dwarf cats, but it's not. And he doesn't bother me at all. Doesn't Doesn't bother me at all. He's a short hair, but
Was the
Siamese
one you
bother me
had a
quite a
long
bit.
hair?
What's that?
Was yours a long hair?
No, nope, he
No?
wasn't. So I'm just not sure. But
Uh,
so if I go to somebody's house, the cats love me. I love cats. So I just have to make sure before like I touch my face or anything like that that I wash my hands really good.
wash your hands, yeah.
So
Yeah,
what are
yeah.
you
I
working
would die
on?
if I was allergic to cats.
What are you working on, Pam? Oh,
I'm
yes.
making a, journal topper.
Oh, cool.
So I just put some, texture paste, but it's actually not even texture paste, it's, spackling. My husband had it
Oh,
out in the garage, so
that's probably cheaper than texture paste.
stole it from him. Yes, it is. So I'm just adding some color to it with my finger and, um, some bronze paint that I'm currently addicted to.
Now, I don't do a lot of mixed media. I did try it. I took a couple classes and um, like I said, the messy, like big thick paints and spackle.
Uh-huh.
It kind of makes me crazy when I do it myself. I love the look of it, but it's like, oh no, messy, messy, not gonna work.
You
But
know, I was kinda that way too, and, Di and, some of the other people that come on my channel do a lot of, mixed media kind of stuff, and they've been kinda getting me into it a little bit more, and, I'm finding that more and more that there's more texture paste and more paint, and, um, I now have a gel plate, and there's more of that that's showing up in my stuff, and so, yeah.
oh, I
My
have all the
gentler
stuff. I just don't use it. I mean, of course, I bought the stuff because somebody showed it to me, and oh, that's cool. But I do have the stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
it's just a matter of using it.
I did a mixed media with, I think it was Jennifer. No, it wasn't. I can't remember who it was. I did a mixed media. Um, like I don't remember if it was over the course of several days or just all in one big swoop. And we did this cute little. It was one of my Julie Nutting crafty friends that hosted it, and we did a clothesline and we made all these cute little mixed media dresses, and it was
Oh,
super
how
cute. But
cute. That sounds
yeah,
really cute.
it was cute. I have a mix. This is totally off the subject now. Do you ever have YouTubers that you follow and you craft with and you do their challenges and stuff and then suddenly they just stop posting? And do you ever wonder what happened? Like,
I
why aren't
haven't
they
had
there?
any that stop no, but I haven't been, like, following YouTube people for very long, so
Yeah, I had one during COVID. That's when I first started YouTubing was during COVID. There was a Julie
Uh-huh.
Knitting challenge that a lady did. And what was her name? Miss D is what we called her, but I can't remember what her what her YouTube channel was. I'll have to look it up. Anyway, she was posting and then she got sick and didn't post for a while. And when she was last posting, they were putting a crafting shed in her backyard. And then that was one of her last posts, and it's been a couple years. So I just wonder what happened to her. You know,
Oh, wow, yeah.
yes, there's a few YouTubers that I know have passed. Like in the cricket world, Melody Lane was a big um, cricket whale, and she passed of COVID well after the COVID scare was over. But
Oh,
um,
wow, yeah.
yeah, just makes you
That's
wonder sometimes.
yeah, I haven't had any that have disappeared, but I know other people that have said, yeah, that are like, "Oh, I wonder what happened to so and so. I haven't seen them in a while," or, um, well, and I mean, and it seems like most of the people in the junk journal world are older anyway, so that doesn't, does make it a little bit,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
That's true. I
yeah.
um I would like to retire and have more time to just craft, but I like my job too much. So
Oh,
um
that's nice.
yeah, I have a great job. I'm a tutor for a private or for a non-public school tutoring program.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah, and we have a summer program that's just a blast. And I love the kids and I love not being to the confines of a regular classroom. I work in some regular classrooms, but I'm not confined to I kind of get to do my own thing with the kids, and that's really nice. So
Yeah, I do not miss being in the classroom at all.
well, I just turned 60 last last Saturday, and somebody said, "Are you gonna retire?" Because my husband's semi-retired, and it's like, no way. I like my job too much to retire. And if I retired, I would probably volunteer in the classroom with kids anyway. So
Anyway,
I
yeah,
might
so
as
I would be right back there. Might as well
well,
get
and
paid for it,
I'm
right?
a long way from being able to get on Medicaid or anything or
Yeah.
Medicare. So
Oh,
and I
right.
might
Yeah.
as well work and keep my might as well work and keep my oh there I touched my camera. Might as well work and keep the health insurance and all of that. So
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. Hey, Saul. Welcome. Is there a uh, certain supply or paper or things like that that you tend to hoard?
oh, graphic 45 for sure. Um, adhesives. I mean, I use an ATG gun a lot, and I
Uh-huh.
probably never get lower than 30 of these on hand because what if they stop making them? And
Right.
that's one of my fears. Like, oh, I better buy 8 of them because if they stop making them, what's going to happen?
What am I gonna do? Yeah.
And I'm finding that now with the Zyron guns, the Zyron adhesive,
Uh-huh.
um, that's gotten really expensive. And I don't
Yeah.
think, yeah, and they changed some of their they changed from old models to new models, and I'm not even seeing very many um, refills anywhere. So I'm wondering if those are going by the wayside too.
It
And there's
could
nothing
be.
worse than
Yeah.
having a supply you love and having it no longer be available.
Yeah.
So yeah, and
Exactly.
art glitter glue. This is a Barely Art jar, but I have both art glitter glue and Barely Art, and I have probably at least 3 bottles of refill glue almost all the time because I don't want to run out.
I love my Barely Arts. That's my yeah. That
Yeah, I
is my
like the Barely
go-to.
Arts. Um, it depends on what I'm doing for which tips, but both of them they seem to have about the same consistency. I just like that Barely Arts. You can get it in the winter um, because we're
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I do like that, but
And I've found I haven't used the other, but from what I understand, art Barely Arts has a little more, just a tiny bit more wiggle room, so that if
yeah, it
you need
might.
to put
Yeah,
something down, you can get it back up for a brief period of time. Whereas with art glitter glue, it kind of like once
yeah.
it's down.
It's not really as forgiving. I would have to agree with you on that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, I think I started with art glitter and then I couldn't get it after once it started freezing. So I think that's when I switched to Barely Arts. And then I
Yeah.
have things like I gotta have the bottle with the sunflowers on it because sunflowers
Oh, that's
are
cute. I've never
or
seen
I
that
have to
before.
have they come out. This is a Jennifer Maker one for Barely Arts, but they come out with different seasonal ones. And I'm trying
Oh, I
not to
didn't know
buy them all. So, but I've used that bottle on a while for quite a while, but that's what
I've
I
just
like. I
always
like
gotten
the
mine from Amazon, so I didn't know that they had different ones.
yeah, yeah, I've had a couple and they make a great gift for a paper crafter. That's
Oh yeah,
um I like to give them as gifts too. So,
yeah,
but
that's a good idea. So,
oh,
what's
yeah.
your favorite thing to make when you're in a creative rut?
I think like folios, probably folios and mini albums. And lots of times when I start a folio or a mini album, I really don't have a plan. I
Uh
just
huh.
maybe get out some chipboard or some heavy cardstock and then just start cutting and scoring and see where it takes me.
See, mhm.
Sometimes that works really well and other times it's an epic fail, but it's
So is
fun
that one of your
doing
main
it.
go-tos then? Is folios?
It is right now.
Yeah.
I have done a lot of, there was a gal, I think she's still around. She's just really hard to find. Really hard to follow. It takes, when she does a project, we've done a few 3D projects with her. It's been a few years. We did a gypsy wagon. I don't think that was hers. Where we made a 3D gypsy wagon that was probably about this tall, and you opened it up and you could decorate the inside, and we did the wheels and the little the little porch, and I think we all use Graphic 45. I use Graphic 45 French Country, which is all sunflowers and roosters. And my friend did a beach theme one, and my other friend did a steampunk spells. So she was like the gypsy. That one took us, I don't even know how many Saturday craft days. That one took us a long time. And then we did one by the Scrapbook Queen, and that was a rounded top suitcase with a folio inside and a mini album inside.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, that one's really cool. I have everything done on it except the suitcase. I got to the part where I needed to line the top, and that's where I stopped. So that one's still sitting there half finished. And I can't even tell you how many years it's been. One of these days I'll finish it. And if you've seen any of my videos, I am trying to get through a lot of my unfinished objects. I have a lot of projects that I got probably 90% done, and then I kind of lost interest, and I need to finish some of those because it's just crazy. Just crazy.
So the one of the questions that always gets asked is how many unfinished projects do you have right currently? So yours is like quite a few then?
A couple of really big, like 3 or 4 item ones, like sets. I probably only have a couple of those. Sometimes I'm making a mini or a folio or something, and I'm just not feeling it, so I just set it aside for a couple months and go back to it later. So I would guess at any given time I probably have it. Aside from the big kits, I probably have 2 or 3 of those right now, and then the other smaller ones, maybe 4 or 5. That usually happens when I'm at a retreat, because I take several projects with me, and then sometimes I get started on one and I'm just not feeling it, so I just stop. And then it's in my to-go bag, and it just sits there for a while. If I would ever show you guys my craft room, the edges of my craft room, I don't show it to many people unless they come over, because I'll put stuff for a project in a tote bag or a zipper bag or something, and then when I come home, I just set that bag down on my floor, and I'm going to put it away later or work on it later. And pretty soon I have 8 bags lining the edges of my floor. And I can't get too many because my dogs like to come hang out in my craft room when I craft. And if I get it too bad, they have no place to lay down, and then they get mad at me and cry and whine and act like the babies they are. And my one dog...
Go ahead.
Oh, my one dog is about 100 pounds and really, really big. And he sleeps at my feet underneath my craft room desk. And then the other dog basically lays right as you enter my craft room on the floor. And if I don't leave room for them, then oh boy, it's not good. So right now I'm surprised nobody's whining at my door because I locked them out.
You locked them out. Yeah. Cersei says later never comes.
Yeah, later never comes. I will eventually get to it. I'm in the smallest room. It's the smallest room in our house is my craft room. It was, and my sister keeps saying one of these times when my husband and I go away, her and my daughter are gonna come over and move it into one of the bigger rooms. But, and if you know my husband, you'll totally laugh at that. He forbade me from moving into one of the bigger rooms. And when I tell my friends,
get more stuff.
Yeah, when I tell my friends that, they laugh because my husband never forbids me to do anything really. So when I said, like, my walls in my craft room have several they're like teacup shelves, but I have embellishments all over them, little jars of brads and eyelets and buttons and beads. And there's no more room in my craft room for any more shelves on the walls because every inch of wall space is taken. So he did one time, we go to estate sales because I really like to find vintage fabric and all sorts of fun stuff for junk journaling at estate sales. And he forbade me one time. He said, you can't buy any more shelves. There's no room. And so my sister and I were with him at an estate sale, and she says, oh my gosh, look at this really pretty white teacup shelf. And I said, I can't. My husband, Mike said no. He forbade me from buying any more shelves. And she laughed so hard, I thought she was going to pee herself.
He
So
never says no to you.
yeah, and my crafty friend that I do retreats with, and her and I went on a scrapbooking cruise together last year. I'll say, well, I need to ask Mike first, and she'll laugh. And I don't mean ask him for permission. I mean, if he's going to spend money or do something like go on a cruise, I'd like him to talk to me about it first. So,
Right.
um,
Yeah. More of a
and
conversation than a permission
well,
thing. Yeah.
it's more of a, it's just the right thing to do. Don't make any big decisions. So it used to be
Yeah.
if either one of us were going to spend, say, more than $50, we would, talk about it. Like, if I'm going to spend more than $50, I will let you know. And if you're going to spend more than 50, you let me know. But unfortunately, with the economy now, that's now up to like $100 because everything's more
Right.
expensive. But,
Right.
I appreciate he talks to me about things. So I talk to him about things too. But it's not
Hey,
because I have
Passion,
to.
welcome. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Whoops,
But
I lost my list. There it is. Oh, okay. Um, let's see. I asked you that one. So when you film your videos, do you plan them out in advance and film them in batches, or is it kind of a happens when it happens kind of thing?
it just depends. Sometimes I have like a certain project. Like if it's a collab and you're all supposed to do the same thing,
Uh huh.
or a similar thing, then I plan them out. But I'm a kind of a wing it person. And like I said, sometimes I have a plan to make something and the paper or my mind just take me a totally different direction. So I start a folio and end up making something totally different. So I have a plan, but I don't always follow the plan. I guess that would be my um and like any minute now I could decide I'm not into this and just throw it aside and start doing some fussy cutting. Whatever hits me.
Do you
It's not a job, I don't have to do it, so I do what I wanna do when I wanna do it as far as
exactly exactly? Do you ever get a paper that you're like you're trying really hard, um, especially like a design team paper, where you're trying really hard to use it because you need to use it, but it's just you're just not feeling it.
oh, yeah, gothic, like
Yeah,
vampires and stuff.
yeah,
I did make a tag album with a gothic, like, Victorian lady one, and I do
uh-huh.
think it turned out okay, but the spooky gothic is not my thing. The vintage more stuff is a little more, but now one of my crafty besties, one of my besties, and she's definitely one of my crafty besties, she loves that stuff, so, um I keep telling her she needs to get on some of these design teams because she really has an eye for the
The
creepy
gothic.
stuff, and
Yeah,
I'm not into creepy. I'm into cute creepy, cutesy creepy or cutesy
right. Yeah,
spooky, like Casper the
yeah,
Friendly Ghost and um, Halloween Hello Kitty. I mean,
right.
it's just
Not the
not
creepy,
my
creepy. No
no,
blood, guts,
definitely
and
not.
darkness on yours.
Yeah, yeah, definitely not my thing. But
Right.
other than that, that I think that's the really great thing about double sided paper. Sometimes I'm working on something and I'm not really feeling the themed stuff, but the backside, the printed side with just more neutral designs, then I can get going on some of that. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
so now what?
Um. So when you first started, you were it was scrapbooking and the cleanness. How has your style changed over time then?
Oh, I'm not nearly as nitpicky as I used to be. I'm a before I had to have a plan and I followed it. Now I'm way more of a go with the flow kind of person, which is not my nature. I'm a
Uh
Capricorn, so
huh.
I'm a planner and I want everything to be just the way just perfect, and now I'm way looser about that. I can handle things not being perfect.
Doesn't have to
In
be all
fact,
perfect and
some of my
cutesy and
friends from way back can't believe how relaxed I am about stuff now. But
they're like, this was not the style you had before.
no, not at all. But it's all good. It's all good.
Yep. Well, I mean, styles change just as just through the years, like you don't see papers change and everything, and so you kind of have to, if you're going to use the new stuff, then you um have to kind of change with it. You can't just stick with the same thing all the time. Otherwise, you're not gonna. Yeah,
Well, and honestly, if we did the same exact thing and we never changed what style of paper we have, and just it would get really boring, I think.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And like I
Almost.
said, there's some new things that I try and go, yeah, not for me. Um, but other things I try and it's like, whoa, I really like this. This is really cool. So,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
and of course, I jump on the bandwagon sometimes when the newest tool comes out, and it's like, oh yeah, I need that. But
So,
yeah.
do you then have tools that you got but haven't used or don't use as much because it's like, oh, I needed that, but not sure what to
Oh
do
yeah.
with it, or yeah, no, I'm just not interested anymore.
Well, they created memories years ago. I had came out with these punches like squares and circles, and there were several
Mm-hmm.
different sizes, and um, I just was never using them. So a friend of mine had just started paper crafting, and she didn't have anything, so I gave her a bunch of my just square and circle punches because
Uh-huh.
I wasn't using them, so I wasn't going to need them. And of course, probably 6 months after I did that, I found a really cool idea using those exact punches I'd given away. So,
Oh.
so yeah, that's why I have punches galore that I don't necessarily always use, but I may find a need someday. My
Yeah.
kids are going to hate me when I die. I told them, when I die, don't try to do anything with my crafty stuff. Just have a couple of my crafty besties come over and take what they want and tell you what maybe is worth trying to sell, and then just donate the rest because crafty people love to find crafty stuff at the thrift stores
At the thrift stores, yes.
and garage
Yes, we
sales.
do. Yes, we do.
So that's
I think I kind of feel like most of us crafters need to put something like that in our wills,
yeah, yeah. But I'm
Because I
trying
know
to be better.
I've heard a lot of people say that, they've gotten like these crazy deals with stuff because um, the woman's passed and the husband and family have no idea what anything's worth. And so they're just letting it go for cheap. And it's like, no, I need them to know that this stuff is expensive.
Well, there was
don't
an
throw it away.
I live about 45 minutes from the largest city in Montana.
Uh-huh.
And my town that I live in, the last time anybody cared enough to count, which is years, um, it was 783 really fine folk live in our town.
Oh
And
wow.
the town on the sign used to be an old fashioned hand painted sign by a guy, and it said home of 783 really fine folk and one sorehead. And there were several old men who claimed that they were the sorehead, but I never did find out who the real sorehead was, who the person they were thinking of when they did that. I think maybe now we might be up to maybe 900 people. We're just a small little town. I mean, we're the size of a lot of apartment buildings in the city, or like one floor.
Right.
But I grew up in small towns, so. But our city, the biggest city in the state of Montana, is about 45 miles away, and the last count, it was about 130,000 people,
Oh wow.
and that's the biggest city. And when I grew up, I graduated in '84, and I lived in the city for probably close to 20 years, and it was roughly 100,000 people in the greater city area. So it hasn't grown very much since like the mid late '80s into the '90s. But it's expanded. Like the footing of the city is huge because they keep building new subdivisions and new commercial buildings, and then there's hundreds of buildings that are sitting empty.
Oh, that's
And
great.
they
They're
build new
thinking
apartments and
that
they're sitting empty. So
thinking that it's going to grow, but it's just not. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we've had a lot. I mean, there's a lot of people, but just not that many. It's still it's gotten a little worse lately, but it's still very much a small town.
So,
It's
yeah.
still people still wave at strangers as they drive down the street. So,
I
um,
like areas like that where it's yeah.
yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much in love with Montana, so I don't think I'll ever leave. I like to go visit other
There's
places.
there's no reason to leave Montana. It's too pretty.
Yeah, I
Way
don't
too
think I
pretty.
would. Yeah, I don't think
Way
I
too.
would.
Um. So, do you ever participate in collaborations or swaps or anything like that?
Yeah, I used to love doing swaps. That's when my Julie nutting friends we used to do swaps and pocket letters. I used to do a lot of pocket letter swaps. Um,
It's a pocket
and
letter.
card swaps, pocket letters.
Yeah.
Have you done those?
I've never heard of them before. No.
You take a baseball card sleeve, one of the sleeves that has 9. I'll grab one and show you.
Yeah.
Let's see. Want to find a good one by somebody I really. I don't know. So, okay, this is probably really dusty because they're hanging on one side of my wall, but this is a pocket letter. So it's a baseball card sleeve, and you can do one big scene, like this one's kind of one big scene, graphic 45,
Uh-huh.
and you decorate it up. Usually there was a theme that you did, so this was probably Halloween. And then you do make the little things, and they could be all different. Like everything could be an individual little picture. But then when you flip it over, you put treats in the back, like stuff they can use for crafting. So these are page tabs, some little pinwheels somebody made. And so you can take them out and use them for your crafting
So they're
and
like a bunch of little
stickers.
ATCs with presents behind them.
Basically. So ideally, what you would do is you would make these and you would get one, and then you would use all these little doodads and doohickeys to make stuff. But again, I'm a little bit of a hoarder. So I've used very little out of the back of mine, and I quit doing them. I think I probably got up to 100 that I'd swapped. And so, like, there's all sorts of stuff in here. And um, there was a pocket letter group, and the lady's name was Jeanette Lane. And it was a big fad. Oh, it probably started in the mid 90s, I think, is when we started swapping these. And then it kind of died down, but there's still a group. And there's still a lot of people doing it, but it was a lot of fun. You could pick fun themes or certain color themes or holidays or whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
I've swapped a lot of those. I've swapped a lot of cards. I am in kind of a swap group here locally where we get together twice a year, and it's a scrapbooking group. So everybody designs a 2-page scrapbook layout and then makes kits for 14 other people to make that same layout. And we get together on a Sunday usually, and you just go around to the different tables and make the layouts. So you leave there with 14 scrapbooking layouts ready to put in your scrapbooks.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that one's kind of fun. Of course, the hoarder that I am, I probably participated in it 8 times, 9 times. And so 14 layouts plus mine every time. And I put pictures on like 4 layouts. The rest of them are just boxes by season. And when I do get ready to print pictures, I'm going to be set. But
Right? You're gonna have whole albums complete.
digital cameras and cell phones just killed my actual scrapbooking because I quit printing pictures for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before
Yeah.
we'd have that roll of film reminding us that we needed to get it developed, and once we developed it, we'd have that pack of pictures reminding us we probably should put them in a scrapbook.
Right.
And now, I keep saying I have Microsoft OneDrive that saves my photos,
Uh-huh.
and every day there's a look back on your pictures, and it'll post like whatever pictures you saved that day. And I keep saying I'm just going to start printing those off. And like say tomorrow I'll look, and if there's 10 pictures from one event, I just need to print them off and scrapbook them, because otherwise I'm never going to do it. So
No, yeah, that's true. It is. I noticed I don't. I haven't printed near as many
yeah, it's the digital.
as
I've
I
made
used
like
to.
shadow boxes or something for like a holiday or for a certain event. I haven't done
Yeah.
anything with my cruise pictures from that scrapbooking cruise I went on last year.
Mhm.
I took a ton of pictures. It was a blast, but I haven't done anything with them. My friend made a cool shadow box with hers. And when I go on planner conferences, she made me a shadow box for some of our memorabilia from the planner conference. But yeah, I don't really. It's sad. When
Well,
my
yeah.
oldest was born, I scrapbooked like crazy, and my youngest finally guilted me into making her scrapbook, the little brat. And she said,
Well,
Why do Robert and Stephanie have albums and I don't have one?" So part of it was
it's
because when my
it's
oldest was born, I was a creative memories consultant, so that's why she
yeah.
had a scrapbook. But
Well, the youngest kid always you're always much more lax with anyway, with everything.
yeah. So to make her feel better, when she was like in 6th grade, maybe 5th grade, I took apart all my demonstrator albums for creative memories, all the scrapbook layouts I made to show people. And I put like 20 layouts on an album and just printed pictures of my daughters and put them in there, not even really caring what they were. And said, "Here, look, you got an album." And she was happy with that for a little while. But
For a little while.
yeah,
Until
but
she
my
realized it wasn't completed with a whole lot of heart.
yeah, well, she's probably one of my most um we had 2 children, and then we were trying for a third for like a year and a half, and nothing happened and nothing happened. And I was 36 because I didn't start having children until I was almost 30. And my ex-husband and we just kind of gave up. So we sold all our baby stuff. It's like, it's not going to happen. Let's sell all our baby stuff. And so we did. And like 3 months later, we found out I was pregnant. So then we
Of
had to
course.
buy all the baby stuff. Well, luckily we had a lot of friends with baby stuff, but we had to start over. And it was such a blessing because she really balanced out our family. Because when she was little, she was so easygoing. She'd fall down, like she could literally fall off a kitchen counter onto the hardwood floor, and she'd bounce up and go, "I'm okay, I'm okay." She was just easygoing. Now as an adult, she's really intense, so I don't know what happened there. But
You're like, what happened to you?
yeah, yeah,
That's funny.
I'm not sure. Okay, I think
So
I forgot to
you
do something.
are part of a couple design teams. Do you want to tell us about that?
Oh, sure. I am. Sorry, I'm reaching for some paper. Um, I am with a design team member for since like last spring with Pam at Silver and Sparkle. She's a digital creator, and I really like her images. They're pretty amazing. I don't think I've had a kit that I've used of hers that I printed out that I don't like. Um, I like her style. I like her themes. And then the other
Mhm.
one is I've been on some guest design teams for Val's Craft Creations and somebody else. Um, Gosh, my mind just blanked out. Oh, Cheryl's
Yes,
Creation,
that's yeah. Yeah, we did.
and,
You did the steampunk one too with her, didn't you?
yeah, see, steampunk's hard
Yeah.
for me too, but,
Yeah,
my one
that
friend
was where
loves
you and
steampunk.
I originally met was there, and then we both ended up on, Pam's,
Yeah, and
design
I've
team.
done guest collabs with, Kara Brandon and there's probably been 4 or 5 I've done. Um, the The one that I was most nervous about, because a lot of the digital ones, they just ask for people to volunteer for it, and then, I'm looking for a few people and you just volunteer, and that's how I got started with design teams. And
Right.
then it got to be where you had to, like, Like, I think Silver and Sparkles, she selected so many out of however many, wanted to do it. And
Uh-huh.
then the one I just started a few months ago was with Scrapbooking with Me, and she did a lot of mini albums that I followed her for years, so I applied for hers, and hers was probably the most, detailed application process,
Oh,
um,
yeah.
and I really didn't think I'd make it because I don't think I'm the caliber of some of the other people that are on her team, so I was pretty excited when I was selected, and, that one's probably been my strictest one about requiring that you do so much, um,
Yeah.
but, it's been a pleasure. I'm loving it, and I'm learning a lot. I think that's the cool thing, you get so many great ideas from other people, and
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so but,
What's what's something about the junk journaling community that surprises you?
um well, you said that there's a lot of older people, but there are a lot of younger people now, I think, getting into it. Um, I'm a I guess the wide range, I mean, there really are people from all over the world. I mean,
Mhm.
if they have good internet, um, it seems like there's just, a wide variety of areas and interests, and, there's retired people, and there's people that work full time, and there's, um so I think just the variety of crafters and the men, um,
Yeah.
there's quite a few men that are involved in paper crafting,
Oh, yeah,
and that's pretty
definitely.
cool. That's pretty cool too, so but
Hey, Ever. Hey, Kitty Jen. All right, so this is our portion of the night that I call crafty confession. So pick a number between 1 and 15. Thank you, Ellen.
Uh, 9.
Number 9. Well, you already answered this one. How many unfinished journals do you currently have? So that was
Yeah,
you
okay.
did that one earlier. Okay, pick another one.
5.
If you could only have 3 supplies to use for 1 week, what would they be? And when I say supplies, it's like the stuff that's above your basics. So, like above your scissors and your like usual paper and stuff like that.
Okay. Um, Definitely my Either Barely Arts or Art Glitter Glue.
That would
Um,
be a given. So
that
anything
would be a
that's
given.
like yeah, yeah.
Okay. My scoreboard. Um,
Okay.
I didn't need one for many years. I always said I didn't need one for like years. My friends were saying, "You need a scoreboard." It's like, no, no, I don't. I'm fine with just
Yeah,
folding and using a ruler. And then I finally got one, and it's like, oh my gosh, why did I fight this for so long?
right.
Because it is, so that would be one.
It makes life so much easier.
Yeah, it really does. The bone folder, I didn't have one of those for years. I just used my fingernail
Mhm.
or the side of my ruler or whatever. And definitely for me, the one thing I never thought I needed was distress inks. And now I have all the
There's a lot of
colors.
yep.
I do like as far as distress inks, so I only have a couple colors in the big pads. I am a big fan of these 1-inch dots or these 1-inch squares,
Those are
because
great. Yeah.
they're easier to transport. I mean, I can take all of the colors in just a small case.
Yeah.
Sorry if you can hear my dogs. They're having a fit about something, but if they were in here, you wouldn't even be able to hear me. Um, another thing with the distress oxide inks. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I don't know that my friend is a big one to use them on metal and stuff. I haven't used them at all, but when they came out with them in these size this year for Christmas, I bought myself all of them.
Oh,
So I have
nice.
all of the dots in the distress oxide, and I have not a clue how to use them or what I'm going to do with them. But when I decide to, I'm set, right?
Right?
In this size and just the regular distress inks, I have all of the colors, and I have reinkers for all of them. And I use them. I mean, I've reinked almost all my pads, and I use them all the time. So that was a good purchase. The oxide ones, I'll let you know, like in 2 years, whether I've used them or not. So, but yeah, that's one of my crafty confessions, I guess. When I
Well,
buy something, I want them all.
So the oxide ones are I I don't know. I'm not as much of a fan. I think it's more of a like you um they react to water
Right.
a lot different than the others, and I think that's the biggest difference. But I don't yeah, I have just like the basics and then I have like a lot of spritzes and sprays and stuff, but I don't have
Right.
the I think I've got like 3 of the oxides and I'm just they're chalky to me and I don't like
Yeah,
that
and I'm
chalk.
not so sure the inks were my smartest purchase. I think the spritzes might have been a wiser choice, but when I saw them come out and I didn't really have anything I wanted my husband to really get me for Christmas except new baking pans, so it's like, "Okay, I'll get these this time because they came out at the right time." But
Right. They're like, "Yeah, we can do this."
yeah, yeah. But my friend
Alright.
did some really neat we used to, use our die cutting machines and we would save really cool pop cans. Like some of the energy drinks have really cool like hippie prints and just some of the Coca-Cola cans and stuff and we would punch flowers out of them and would make some
Uh-huh.
really cool embellishments. And she did one recently where she used the distress oxide sprays on them and they looked really cool on metal, like really cool. But
Oh,
again,
cool.
messy. Again, they're messy though. Um,
Yes.
so I'm
Hey, Sandy. Yeah.
so but,
Alright, pick another
but
number.
um 3.
3. What is one supply you have but have never used?
Well, aside from the distress oxide inks, let's think about this. What did I buy that I've never used? I'm looking around here thinking, yeah, that stuff you had, that spackle, that's that stuff. I used it once, and then it's
Texture
just that
taste?
it's probably completely dried out now. Um,
Yeah,
let's see what
especially
else.
if it's one of the Tim Holtz ones, those are the Ranger ones, they seem to dry out really quick.
Yeah, no. Let's see. I got to look around here a minute. What else have I had? Oh, the what were they called? Where you can cut and seam plastic, like page protectors and stuff. What was that called? You could
Oh,
like what are those called?
uh,
It had a little roly tool or a stick tool, and it was called. I don't know.
I
I
know what
got
you're
it
talking
and
I
I
know what
put it
you're talking about.
away, and I said it was one of those. I don't watch HSN anymore. Well, they don't have very good craft days anymore either. But it was in my sage when I was watching HSN, and it was something I had to have. So I used
Mhm.
it like twice and put it away, and then like 3 years later, I wanted to use it again, and I couldn't find it. So I asked my crafty friends, "If you were this thing, where would you hide?"
Oh, the fuse? Was it the
Yeah,
fuse?
the fuse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great idea, but what do you need it for?
Yeah.
Like, it seemed like it was something I had to have because it was I was gonna be able to do all these cool things and oh, my biggest, probably most expensive crafting tool that I bought and I've never used except for a test cut was my Cricut Venture. The big Cricut that can do 24-inch wide paper and it's super fast and you can get rolls of vinyl that are endless and it'll just keep cutting.
I didn't
Um,
know they had them that big.
oh yeah, you can put it can well, it's not 24-inch. You put 24-inch paper, but 24-inch wide paper or vinyl, but it
Uh-huh.
goes only to like 23 inches. But I thought, man, this is going to be cool. And then, well, my husband, since I got my first Cricut, has always said, because Cricut kept coming out with new machines and he'd say, "Oh, do you need a new Cricut for Christmas?" Because that was his easy gift to just go, And for
Right.
several years, there was no Cricut. There was no new Cricut that I needed because once I got my maker, there was nothing I needed that would do anything that I couldn't already do. And then
Right.
the Venture came out, and I thought, nah, I don't need it. Well, then I was going to a retreat in Utah, a haunted hallows retreat at scrapbooking. What was it called? Country Craft Creations. And they showed a teaser video of something they were making, and they were cutting these window panes with the Cricut, and it was going super, super fast. And I thought, well, that's kind of cool. So I asked one of the designers, it's like, how much did you speed that up for that video? And she's like, we didn't. It's like, oh, mash, it cuts that fast. Okay, never mind, honey. I want one of those. So I got it. We set it up. We did a test cut. And then we found out with my dogs hanging out in my craft room with me all the time, um, there's no room for it in my craft room because the only place it could sit in my craft room, because you have to have, I thought being 24-inch wide, you'd probably need about 30 inches of desk space. And you actually are supposed to have like 38. And if I put it in my craft room, my one dog has no place to sleep and she would be really mad at me. So it's in my spare bedroom, and it's the Venture. They recommend you don't use Wi-Fi. You don't do it, that you have it hard plugged into your computer. I don't know why. I might know if I ever used it, but and so it sits in my one of my spare bedrooms that has a lot of my Tula 12 planner stuff that I sell, and it also has a couple freezers, and it sits in there just sitting lonely, waiting to be used. But
Right.
I haven't quite figured out what I'm gonna do. I have a new laptop for work, and I asked my boss, "Can I use it for my Cricut?" And he's like, "Absolutely." So, but then I'd have to take it into the room and use it in there, but all my supplies are in my craft room.
Right. So then you're going back and forth and back and
Yeah, so
forth.
that's my biggest, like, my husband bought it for me, bought the neat little cart that it rolls on and the whole bit, and it just sits there feeling lonely. But we did do the test cut to make sure it worked. So we could send it back if it didn't work. But other than that, that would be
Right.
definitely be my biggest purchase that I should be using but haven't.
What is a
So,
trend or supply you don't understand the hype about?
hmm.
For me, it's mushrooms.
Yeah, I'm not big on. I mean, if I like mushrooms, I want the cutesy ones, the
See, and
cartoony.
yeah.
But I'm not like some of the mushroom papers. And there's been a few in some of the collections, like some of Kara Brandon's had a lot of mushrooms, and there were a couple of different designers, and some of the mushrooms are just ugly. I mean, they're a fungus, right? So,
Right.
yeah,
See?
not really my thing. That was a good one. That's a good
No,
that one,
no.
right.
Do you have one
And what
that
was
you're
the
just like, I don't get it?
yeah, let's think. There was another one. I was just thinking of it. I don't get the thing with I never used to like the Highland cows, but now they're kinda cute, so I think they are kinda cute. Um, yeah, I can't really think of them right now, but every once in a while, there's paper that I think look really cute when other people use it, but are really cool, but when I use it, it's like, "Yeah, this isn't me," and it shows. This is not my thing, and you can tell it's not my thing.
Yeah,
So, but
yeah.
offhand, I can't think of what. I can't think of one right now, but, probably after
That's
we get
yeah,
off, I'll think of something.
that's I think that's true for a lot of people that there's just certain kinds of just styles and stuff like cutesy where if it's too cutesy that there's certain people that just can't do it because it's not their style. So
Yeah,
to
and
try and make it look
I
decent, it
used to
doesn't
really like
work.
cutesy, but I'm drifting away from that. I'm
Yeah.
drifting away from that. I think that's why I like Graphic 45. I really like Graphic 45 papers because they're that vintagey old fashioned for the most part. Um, but yeah, Graphic 45 does come out with papers sometimes that I go, yeah, not me. Not
Yeah,
gonna.
that's not me. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, you have, yeah, some people have a lot of trouble trying to do, use grungy stuff because it's just not their style. And yeah.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a stretch. You going to bed? Good night. Okay, talk to you later. Bye. My husband goes to bed way before I do. Like this is even
Oh,
early
does
for
he?
him, but I usually get up before he does. But actually, it's not him; it's the dogs. Our dogs used to go to bed at 9 o'clock, and we have a siren in our town that goes off at 9. It's a curfew for the teenagers, but nobody pays attention to it anymore. Um,
Right.
so the dogs are used to going to bed at 9 p.m. And so about quarter to 8, they usually start giving my husband dirty looks like it's time to put us to bed. And if he doesn't, then the smaller dog will like give this big sigh, like, hmm, and they whine. And so then
Funny.
if the 9 o'clock alarm goes off, then they're practically stomping. They're so mad because they know, and it might be because they get treats right before bed. So, but lately, because I don't know why, because they should be on a later schedule with daylight savings time. But lately, they've been, I guess, because they're getting older, they want to go to bed at 8. And God bless my husband, he doesn't go to sleep at 8, but he goes in the bedroom with them at 8 o'clock, so they quit whining. So that's when I get most of my crafting done, is after they all go to bed. Shame on me, but
That's funny. And then he just hangs out in the bedroom with them.
yeah, he watches stupid mechanicking videos and dog videos on his phone, and he plays
That's so
one video
funny.
game. He plays one like poker game that he plays, but for the most part, he just satisfies the dogs by going in there, and he watches reruns of the same show over and over again at night. He has hearing aids. He's hard of hearing, but he has ringing in his ears, so he has to have noise at night, or the ringing in his ears would keep him from being able to
Yeah.
sleep. So he has to
Yeah.
have background noise. And when he first realized that he needed background noise, he was only like, I don't know, 55, 56.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him he turned into my dad, an old man. He turned into an 80-year-old man because he started
Right?
watching the Game Show Network at night. So
Oh
all
God.
night long he'd be watching the Game Show Network. And then for a long time it was Mountain Men, about the Alaskan and Montana Mountain Men. He watched that for a long time. Now he's on to Forged in Fire, guys who make knives. And they're all really annoying. It's nothing that you could just calmly watch. It's all with people yelling or dogs barking because they have a box up a tree or something. It drives me nuts, but I just try to understand that he has to have noise to sleep. So,
But that's a
but
lot of noise. Like he doesn't. It's not like the calming voices or anything.
oh gosh, no, it's people yelling, "Gentlemen, you have 5 more minutes," and they're screaming. Or the Game Show Network was the worst. Like, don't game show hosts know that they have a mic on so they don't have to yell? Because they don't.
Right.
They yell everything. So, yeah. But I guess I'm easily triggered. So, and because he's hard of hearing, he has it up really loud. So when I go in and when I go into bed and he's asleep, I turn it down, like way down, because I can't do
Yeah.
it anymore. But
You're like, you're asleep. You can handle this now.
yeah, for the most part. For the
Right.
most part. So, but
Alrighty. Well, thank you, Kathy, for coming and hanging out and talking with us.
yeah,
Ellen
thank you for
says that
having.
it was a pleasure meeting you and that she was
Yeah.
going to go over and check your channel out.
Oh, thank you
Um,
for that.
yeah, so I for those of you that are not familiar with Kathy Lee, her channel is pinned up at the top of the chat, so you can head over there and check her out and subscribe for her. Is there anything else that you wanted to tell us about or anything before we go?
I don't think so, except if you ever have a chance to go on a crafting cruise. Um, I don't know if there's junk jewelry. I know there's quilters cruise and sewing cruises and crochet cruises and all of that. But if you ever have a chance to go on a paper crafting cruise, where when you're at sea, you're in a room where you paper craft all the time when you're at sea,
Uh-huh.
it's the most wonderful thing in the world. It's the most wonderful thing in the world. It's like a retreat. It's like if you've gone on retreats and you know what those are like, it's like a next level retreat.
Well, yeah, because you've got the killer food.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we watched a bunch of YouTube videos because we had a year to prepare for it. And we watched a bunch of YouTube videos about and everybody's so negative, like you're not gonna like this and this is bad and this is bad. And we were on one of the cheapest interior rooms and it was all fabulous. Like, what are these people talking about? This is awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you ever have a
Well, you
chance to go on a cruise for one of your creative endeavors, just do it. Just do
Well,
it.
with something like that, you don't spend much time in your room. I mean, your room is there for you to sleep in, not to hang out in.
Exactly. Exactly.
There's so many
And
other places to hang out on the ship, so yeah.
yeah, and it's cheaper. Like we've gone on planning conferences and you have to pay for the hotel and you have to pay for the food and you have to pay for this and Ubers and all of that. And when you go on a cruise, once you pay for your cruise, other than the airfare to get you to where you're going to embark from, there's nothing. There's nothing.
Right. Hey,
And
Tender.
I mean, except for like souvenirs. So Yeah,
Right.
so if you ever have
Yeah.
a chance to go on a crafting, paper crafting, or any type of cruise, um, just do it because it's amazing. So that would be my
Do it.
one piece of advice. Even if you don't like water, because somebody said, "I can't swim." Do you think if you have to swim, like, if the ship's gonna sink, swimming's not gonna help. I mean,
No, you're not going.
and somebody said, "Yeah, but I don't wanna die like on the Titanic." And I said, "First of all, do you know what rescue operations there are now compared to when the Titanic sank? I mean, hello?" But
Well,
anyway, so yeah.
I was watching. I It popped up on my YouTube the other day, and I was watching this girl that was talking about working on a cruise ship, and one of the things she said was that uh, it's set up so that there is never just one cruise ship in an area at a time.
Well,
So that
we went to
if
Alaska.
something happens when you're out cruising, there's another ship that's usually close enough that if something happens, or several ships that are close enough that if something happens, they can help. So it's
Well,
not, yeah,
when you go into the ports, we just went to Alaska, and when you go into every port, there's at least 5 or 6 other ships
yeah,
docking about the same time you are. So yeah,
yeah,
they go in, travel lanes. So,
yeah, yeah,
yeah. Yeah, so I think it's I mean, not that things can't happen, but I think it's pretty the chances are probably pretty slim. So, but thank
yeah.
you so much, Pam. This has been fun.
I had a lot of fun too. Thank you. Make
I
sure
was
you go over and check Kathy Lee out. Um, and thank you, Kathy Lee, for being here. Thank you to all of you that were hanging out and watching. I appreciate it because I know that you have other places that you could be, and you chose to be here with Kathy Lee and I appreciate that.
Yes, thank
Have
you, everyone.
have a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, nighttime, whatever it is, wherever you are. Loves
All right.
y'all.
Bye.
Bye.